Ladies and gentlemen, this is D'Angelo, aka Darth Mex from the Geek Life, here at Phoenix Comic Fest, and I am with Michael Jackson, aka Lokitwin, and Acey Mclacey. How are you two fine gentlemen doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Pretty groovy myself.
Right on, right on. So how's the convention weekend been for you so far?
It's been pretty spectacular. A lot of Michael Jackson the entire day. It's
Nice,
good.
nice.
I like it.
There are many imitators, but never duplicated, right?
Yeah.
Well, we duplicated it pretty
Oh,
successfully.
yeah.
They're called posers.
There you go. Exactly. So, these two fine, beautiful, handsome men, very talented, are super awesome at what they do as far as cosplay goes. So I want to actually ask, what's your origin story? Starting with Lokitwin.
Everyone told me that I looked like Loki,
Yeah.
and so I decided to dress like Loki at a Comic-Con, and then I met the Arizona Avengers. They basically kidnapped me, and they trained me how to not blink during photos, and the rest is history.
Right on.
So
Mr. Lacey?
my female counterpart, Mucho Muncho Mania, gonna do a little name drop right there. No big
It's a
deal.
Big name drop.
She basically got me into it, and I was gonna start with some Spider-Man costume, and then that was like really hard. This was way before like Dice Up, so
Yeah.
I went with the character that I had the same hair as, and I did Bishop, and then everyone just knows me as Bishop, and that's that.
Right on. I know it was Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, it's better. I've evolved. This is the next stage.
It's true. So,
Shimmer.
growing up, what has been one of the biggest geeky influences that has been impacted your life? What, is it comic books, or would you say it's novels or video games or anything like that?
For me, it's video games because that's like a lot of the like comic book characters I became familiar with. I started playing Marvel vs. Capcom, so very just general like, oh, I like this fighting game. Who are these characters? And then it just kind of went from there.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So like, video games was your gateway drug into like comic books and all that?
Yeah, kind of like so, and it's also just to the whole like culture behind video games. So like Metal Gear is one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
So I want to do a lot of costumes from that in the future. So.
Okay, right on.
I'd say video games as well, at least for Marvel. The 1999 Spider-Man video game on the PS1.
Yes,
I
was
love that
super
one.
good.
Because of that, I started reading the comics, and that
Yeah.
kind of got me into that broader thing. And then I also really like Star Trek, so
Okay.
that side of things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just a little bit here and there, picking up geeky stuff.
And out of the years you've done cosplay, what has been one of your favorite moments? Whether it was like a very small moment in the beginning that like didn't mean anything to anyone else, but for you it like really mattered, or some actual big accomplishment that really meant a lot to you.
I just like it when like people I don't really know are like, hey, you're that Bishop guy. So mine's very generic because like Bishop's not like super popular.
Yeah.
But then to have like just the random people like either be really impressed with it or people that have seen me before just be like, oh, Bishop, where's your Bishop at? It's like, oh yeah, I like Bishop too. That's why I costume it.
Yeah.
So that's what I like.
Cosplaying with my brother, identical twin, that definitely.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah. Lokitwin, it all makes sense now, huh?
Yeah.
Put that in your decoder rings at home, kids.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Just the response, because people think twins are cool anyways, and so then adding the cosplay aspect to it, I think it was a very nice synergy, and just seeing the way people freaked out at that was like, it was very exhilarating, and there's nothing really else like it.
Nice. That's super cool. And on the opposite token, what has been one of your more disappointing or frustrating moments with the hobby or fandom of cosplay? Is it something where like a suit that you really thought was going to work out just like ended up falling to pieces, or what else? Yeah, or anything else?
For me, the very first time I did Magneto, I like completely finished the costume, got the helmet painted. I tried it on without a wig cap, and it fit. But then when I put the wig cap on at the very end of making the costume, it didn't fit. So I kind of wore it for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, this feels terrible, and I feel terrible. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done. So. But then I redid it for WonderCon, and I felt great about it. So.
Okay, that's good. And it all worked out?
Yeah. I had like a full beard, and I was like, oh, I kept the same helmet, and just carried it around. So I was like, oh, that's easier.
It looked fantastic at WonderCon.
Yeah.
His Magneto was amazing.
No, the beard was amazing. Not as amazing as this, but it was close. Yeah.
All extension.
I guess for me, it's whenever I do a non-Loki cosplay, people will still tell me that I should do a Loki cosplay.
Right.
It's very discouraging, especially I have a gambit, which is a wig and contacts and a mask over my entire face,
Yeah.
and I still get people say, "Oh, you should do Loki." So
Or they'll be like, "Oh, you look like Tom Hiddleston." Everyone ever told you that?
yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
I would say it's discouraging when you do a different cosplay and people are still saying Loki. It's like, oh, why bother straying from that?
Yeah.
A lot of times you have to do what's good for yourself and deny the public what they want.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you get up
You
to
do you.
300 followers.
Right, yeah, exactly. Perfect. All right, and a bit of a geeky question. So you are a supervillain about to take over the world. And all the heroes are coming to stop you. What two characters from any universe, good or evil, do you have by your side to help defend you against these heroes?
From like anything ever?
Anything. Yeah.
Oh, that's a very complicated question. So I'll just go with like two powerful mutants. I'd probably go with Hope Summers just because she's very OP, and then I'll just go with Bishop because I like Bishop.
Right on.
Very
Sounds
generic.
good.
Yes.
Actually, I asked you that question, so I will ask you a different one.
Oh.
If you could take any character from any universe to this world to be your best friend for life, who would it be and why?
I like the Beyonder from the original Secret Wars.
Okay.
He's very naive, very powerful, and he got very fat and could levitate cocaine with his hands.
Oh.
So I think I could abuse that friendship.
Useful skills.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy, that Beyonder. So I think he would be a good friend, or at least a very useful friend.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, perfect. And what is one piece of advice you wish you had or someone had told you when you were just starting out that goes beyond like just don't give up?
Be careful about doing interviews by garbage cans because
Oh,
they
yeah.
might stink really bad.
It's true.
But there's a big payoff.
Yes.
So I don't know what that payoff is, but that's my advice.
There is one, yeah.
I guess do what you want to do because attention and fame, all of that is such an ethereal thing.
Yeah.
So do a costume that you're happy with. Don't try to go for the popular thing, and you'll have fun. That's a generic one. Yeah.
Well, now I feel like my response is very lame. I was like, oh
Well, you
no,
can-
that was really deep.
We
Mine
can have
was
a
like-
discussion.
I don't even know what I would tell people. I mean, have fun, like, generally is the idea. Just
Would you say,
don't get too involved in like the drama and politics that can go on within any community, but costuming specifically, just try not to like dive too deep into that. And that's
Yeah.
kind of generic too, but it is just good
No, it is
advice.
definitely,
It's good
like-
life advice.
Yeah,
generally.
absolutely, for sure. And then, like you said with your helmet, make sure to measure twice and cut once.
Yes, exactly.
All right, well, what is your social media handles and where can we find you online?
Acey Mclacey. I'm on Facebook, kind of. It just pretty much I forward all the stuff from Instagram, but
Okay.
either way, Acey Mclacey.
Perfect.
Yeah, Lokitwin on Instagram. I have a Facebook as well, but who uses Facebook anymore? I think that's everyone by now. But yeah, that's my main one.
Perfect. Well, make sure to follow these two handsome, talented young men and all that. Yeah. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
I like it.